All right, good morning and welcome. We are looking at the open right now on the NASDAQ. Market is rushing down, looking like it's going to try to take out the liquidity there at the bottom of the run that it's currently on. Right here, you can see that liquidity, it just swept it right there. And it's coming back up. Doing executions on a 1 minute chart, so I got that on a different screen. I'm gonna work that out to where I can easily flip back, but right now I need that single screen for execution, but this is what I'm looking at right here. It's breaker up top, high, low, higher, high, swept. Now it just came right down and swept this low over here. You can see it turn around right now. And it's going to form a breaker or mitigation. That's what we're looking to do and see if that first move, it was just a Judas swing and then heads back up, or is it going to continue down further. But we need to see something develop in this 1 minute chart to see if it's giving us indication that it's going to go one way or another. So we're looking for a breaker down here or mitigation. Like a breaker better though. It's a little bit of news at 10 o'clock, but not much to worry about. Consumer confidence, and it's continuing down as we can see. So it's already filled up the gap. Wasn't much of a gap. Putting the opening range high and low here. Opening range gap rather, from yesterday's close to regular trading hours open today. But as you can see, that was the gap here, and it's already filled up. So I took out these lows here. These lows are next on the agenda. And the previous day low. Is probably the next target. I don't want to just jump in here and take something. I'm still waiting to see a breaker, so if no breaker forms and it just keeps running, just wait for a breaker to set itself up and be patient for that. I mean, to find something that kind of looks like a breaker, got to go all the way down to the 15-second chart, and that's a little small right now. I can show you what I'm talking about though. Right here, see, low, high, lower, low. So took this liquidity, but is it really coming back up, or it's just a pause? Because it's 15 seconds. The lower you go, the less impactful and usually sustainable you have in a move when something formed on a chart so small. Why I'm so built for counter trend. Like, I'm looking for a long, even though the 15's down, the hours down, 4 hours down. But we have a lot of lows we can sweep right here, and we just made a big turn. Alright, so I did go in on the 15-second chart. I'll show you right here, low, high, lower, low. It's still, I mean, just micros, so. But it's a pretty ferocious move right now. And that one trades up 6276. Just shouldn't be counting right now. But it did work out. But having to drop down to a 15-second chart, it just shows you how crazy things are right now. Especially in the opening range still being established.
As the floors can take no more, stuck in this groove, I'm feeling bored.
See if I can pull this over. just to show you before I set it back up. So again, here is where the breaker was formed. Just to show you, again, it's just one little trade. It's not a big deal. It was only in it for 27 seconds. But just to show you that I did actually take that trade. I'm not just saying something off screen. Once I get better with running everything and trading at the same time, then I'll flip across easier to show what's going on. But obviously trading is number one, and the stream or the recording I can come back and catch up and let you know what's going on. So that on the 1 minute chart is still hard to even see, because it just did that. Get like some fork action down here. This last one did sweep those two, and then it planted a foot. But I was specifically looking for the breaker setup, so I had to go down to the 15-second chart to find it.
What we think, we become. Don't wake up. Don't wake up. What we think, we become. Don't wake up. Don't wake up. What we think, we become. Don't wake up. Don't wake up. Don't wake up. Don't wake up. What we think, we become.
So I'm setting up for the next macro, which is 950.
Don't
So right around the corner,
up.
I'm going to see if it finds any kind of support, or she's just coming up here to take this liquidity and then go back and forth throughout the chop, which these past days have been like inside days, just kind of consolidation going sideways. So it would not be surprising if it just kind of does the exact same thing.
We become. Don't wake up. Don't wake up.
So that was from 752.75 to 784.50. So 32 points, pretty much. $32 points on it was one contract, one mini. But whatever you have to do to establish, this is only a $50,000 account, so you could easily have done something different and been a horrible trade. Wow. All the way back up now through taking this buy side liquidity. All that movement, and we're still inside the previous day. Wow, what a move. We can even go back down to where the 15-second chart kind of alerted us. So even if we waited for that bar to close before entry, the move itself is still up 155 points. Total, wow. What a move, what a Judas. Because everything looks sell. And now all these have flipped. The 4 hour, obviously the 15-minute, then the 1 hour, then the 4 hour, but for them all to flip, that's pretty crazy. Take all this out, all this sell side protection, quote unquote, that people thought they had. Trying to see if it took that on the 4. Nope. This is the 4 hour chart, so this is still intact down here, so we could see another reversal again. Wow. See what's happening to other traders. What are they doing? Because especially if traders are all now in for long, we could see another reversal. See how some of the other stocks and instruments are doing. Gold is down right now. Silver up just a fraction. Some of the stocks are doing well. Apple, AMD, big gap up. Bitcoin's still down. Can't find live support on that son of a bitch. Individual AI stocks. Earnings coming out in AI today. Tesla's up just a little bit. It's pretty much been consolidating since this move ended October. Power company here, Vistra. So a lot of things are moving up. Let's get back to the lower levels. So there's a turn now in this macro. Remember I said before that the 5-minute charts seem to lock in a decent move and then wait and pay attention to the end of the 5-minute chart because they do a lot of turns in that time frame. Again, it's kind of jumbled on the 1-minute chart, so I'm gonna drop down and see what the other guys are saying. You do have a high, a low, a lower high. We could get a turn back here. I did go in and sell here. I'm not gonna let it come back on me too much though. As a matter of fact, I already took it. I already closed it out when this long bar finished. Close it out here. I'll show you. And I'll get this worked out about popping back and forth. But you can see now it's 99. You see this high, low, higher high right here. And this is just the macro window. So we did get a close below it right here. But again, this 15-second chart, I don't want to wait around just to see how right I can be. I just want to take what's up when it's up. And I'll show you the trade here. 2 trades. Again, just one micro rather. So 2 trades there. Again, this could easily be a loss, so that's not a big deal. I'm just trying to show you exactly what I did. I mean, this is nice, bodes well for more downside. See this right in here. It's just kind of weird that we're getting what we need to get, but it's on a 15-second chart. We see right there that fair value gap, and see how nothing came up above that. I don't like borders. I want to see what's going on. Midline solid. Look at it, and it's going. Should have more faith in that move, but again, I don't want to get cocky. But this is what I'm trying to show you. See how in here you had a fair value gap here, and when it came in to fill that up, it did it with mostly wicks, and you didn't get it close above the 50, and then it just continued down. So mitigations usually aren't as strong as breakers. They usually are good reversal indicators though. So a high, a low, a lower high, like it did not continue and break that up here, and once you got it close below here, that was the signal to pay attention and go ahead and go short. I'm gonna keep paying attention to the 15-second chart right now, just because that seems to be the one that's laying out the obvious signals. Now we're coming up on the hour change. So big wick obviously to the bottom, wick on the 4, which we still have 2 o'clock for that to go to. That just started. Actually no, 10 o'clock, I apologize. That's the 6 to 10, then we get the 10 to 2. Actually about to close at 10 hours, about to close. Nice wick to the bottom. 15 might be ready to turn around and do a continuation too. Again, the action is so fast, it's much more interesting on the 15-second chart right now, or at least not interesting but viable as something to use. Here we go with another fair value gap. It's respected. See how it came up, didn't go 50%, and now it's going back down again. But we might get something at this hour close. If I had to take just a crazy stab, you could go short right here, but I'm not on this hour change. I just kind of want to see what's going to happen if that fair value got holds right there. There's that move down, and this could be a nice little sweep. First reaction sweep for that hour, and then sweep back up. Actually for the 4 hour too. But it is going down now. Because the last thing we have, major sign, is that mitigation. Now we look over here and see if we have anything that could be structure that price is going to use. Fair value gap. And it closed above it. See that? It didn't use it as resistance, it actually went above. Now I might use it as support if it comes back down in here. Very risky early here, going in off that bounce off the fair value gap. Right there. See how it came back up into it, back around, and use it as support, and then launched off. And again, coming back up. I don't know how to use fair value gaps with, you know, the biggest scheme or whatever. All I do a much more practical use. I just say, is it respecting it? Is it not respecting it? And then I try to use it that way. I don't know if that's ultimately the best, but that's what works for me. Show you the execution page. There's more of what I have drawn out this 15-second on my execution platform, which is obviously the Top Step Combine. So you see it went right back into this 15-second again, and now it's launching off. But again, I already went out because of that move here. And again, just taking what it's given me and not playing around. But again, a long time ago, ICT said that you could just trade breaker to breaker. And he has all this information, and you can, no disrespect to him, but you can easily get lost in all the information. So, and he's even made statements to the fact that he has people that pretty much know everything that he has taught or in his mentorships and things, and they still don't trade well because they kind of, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this, and they're jumping around from one thing to the next, and they never lock in on anything. So, and one time you just said, you know, you could just trade breaker to breaker, and that could be your model. So, like here we go, breaker to mitigation, but he never said mitigation, but he developed or talked about mitigation later on. So I think you can do breaker to breaker or breaker to mitigation and have something interesting to work with. I mean, up 130 on 3 micro trades. So, but again, it's the time of day that is viable. If you play around and sit in here too long, and then that frenetic and good action goes away, then you can easily give it all back. So, not bragging, just saying facts. This is what to be on guard against. Another nice launch. Again, outside, or using rather, that fair value gap. And still inside the macro, which this one is 950 to 1010. And people say, I said that doesn't work. I said it does work, whatever. It's got to work for you. And that's the whole point of trader models. You know, it's not to just copy exactly what somebody else is doing, but finding the view of the market that helps you execute comfortably in your model and be successful in that. That's the goal. And whoever you have to use, nobody owns. You give credit to whoever's ideas you're using. 100% give them credit, and don't be a phony and say that, you know, this is my system. Give credit to whoever it is, but if you make money, you don't owe anybody money using that model. Okay, so find what works and stick with it. Now here's another fair value gap right in here. It's interesting that it did not go through this one, kind of rejected out of that, and now it's about to close back below this fair value gap right here. Where are we? What is the clock? So yeah, there. Look, that's interesting too. Oh, it came back up. It's being hinky there. And that's why, again, use it as long as it works. It's like a mini idea of the trading model itself too. It's working again. So, I mean, if you were just crazy aggressive and wanted to scalp, you could go in when that closed back up here with that wick. You could go in there and use this as a stop if you wanted to do something like that. I have already taken a trade inside this macro, so I'm happy to just let it finish out. And then wait for the next one. So I have all this on my execution page. So I want to jump back over to the higher time frames, 5 minutes, and see, like, that's interesting. Fair value gap, trade it all one way, and now it's staying inside of that. That is long side, so I'll adjust. I'll fix this better. I don't like that. See how it came in here. That's not as strong as if it does only 50%. but it did stay within it, so that we have to pay attention to. So almost 75%, the bodies came back inside this fair value gap. But again, what's it respecting? What's it disrespecting? And that 15-second, you can kind of see it both ways. Again, doing too much analysis on the 15-second. I was just doing it because I needed to do executions with some kind of picture. But low, high, lower, low. Right there, that could be another breaker inside. Mitigation. Low, high, higher, low. That's probably the smarter one to use.
That you'll never know.
Go ahead and get the clock over here. See how the structure is used, rejected, rejected, rejected again, rejected here, and now out. So you can't take every little twist and turn, but you can see what's respecting, what's not respecting inside of your time frame, inside of the window that you're looking for, and then looking for the structure that you're looking for. Now this macro is over, so that's 10:09:50. Again, the simplest way to look at it is top of the hour, bottom of the hour, because most people are very familiar with a lot of interesting things happen in those little windows. So next window, this is the top of the hour. Next window will be the bottom of the hour. Ten 20, 10:40. Quit moving my chart so much. Apologize about that. Alright, since I do have some time, a little over 5 minutes before the next macro, I am going to go get a cup of coffee. So I will be right back. But I'll leave the charts up so you can follow along, especially if you don't have a 15-second chart. All right, so we're in the macro now. It's gonna drive me crazy, macro. Like I was saying, this was interesting. Fair value gap. Used it. Not perfect, but we'll take it. I want to go back to a bigger picture just to reset since I was away. Minute, found that as support. 15-minute, wick, and then higher. Everything else is in long right now. So is this another breaker right here? High, low, higher, high. Never close below down here, which we would need for a breaker. I'll move the clock back over to the execution screen. You can see the time down here in the lower right if you need it. Just kind of zooming in on the 15-second chart to get a little better idea of what's going on. I can go over here so you can see as well. You just see that picture, breaker, mitigation, and back up. It's going to take these highs and then try to reverse on us. That's what we're kind of looking at next. Alright, punched right through him.
What we think, we become. Don't wake up. Don't wake up. What we think, we become. Don't wake up. Don't wake up.
Just continuation so far. It's a 1 minute.
What we think, we become. Don't wake up.
Is Trump handing out free money today? What's going on? I wonder if there's something, some news that's actually driving all this, or just some kind of relief
Don't
setting up
wake
a
up.
bigger reversal.
Don't wake up. What we think, we become. Don't wake up. Don't wake up. What we think, we become. Don't wake up.
All right, the characteristics of this market has been to go
Don't wake up.
strong in one direction and whip around. So we're at the bottom of the hour, almost exactly 10:30. So we'll see if we get some kind of change of course. Because usually if it's just going to come up and sweep the liquidity, it would do that. It would come up, take it, and then use it. No, it's just printing continually past it now. And the market is just a constant cipher that you are trying to unravel. We're coming into this new week opening gap from this week. Interesting to see if it wants to take it that far. This high here from Monday. And this is one of those areas where you can't get in and say, oh, I can't go any higher. I can't go any higher. You don't want to step in front of this because it's continuing to move, and it's very structured and methodical. So it could continue for a while. So we need to see some kind of definite price action change that says, you know, we might be taking a pause for a minute, or at least or possibly or even reversing. I did a little play thinking that the market's going to continue, but then it stalled out. I'll show you. So right in here, again, this 15-second chart. So low, high, lower, low, thinking that this was going to continue here, thinking that was a close. So went in here and went up a little bit, came back into this fair value gap, so I thought I was going to use it for structural support. So put another mini in, or micro, keep saying mini. I'll put another micro in right here, and then this just kind of failed, so I just cut it for just pretty much break even. So I can feel myself starting to force, and that's 3 or 4 trades already. I'm up. It's in 30. So I don't want to go into tilt. I might just kind of go into a watch mode right now and ease off a bit, because I felt a little bit of a chasing there. And I do not want to give anything back. So this is where we are. It's 1 minute time live. 10:35 Eastern. Up 135.30. 5 trades. Again on micros, so that was nice. Average trade duration 25 seconds, but you know, it's kind of like the market was in, and plus also I was a little gun shy on the last couple trades, and so up 135.30. Want to again take a little pause, leave the rest of this macro alone, and then go into a mode where like it has to be something pretty obvious to entice me back in, or just shut it down altogether. So that's where I am right now. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm glad we had some nice moves in the market today. I'm glad that moved down to the 15-second chart to kind of get structure, and you can do that too, and you can't see anything much clearer or very clear on the 1 minute chart. So you can see down here, that's how we had that figured. We dropped down to a 15-second, 30, then the 15-second chart, and we could see some kind of interesting structure there, and we did use that for that move. Low, high, lower, low, and then continuation to the upside. Back to mitigation, back halfway down. So it's almost like a another ICT. I forget what that's called. It didn't quite come 70, 60 something percent, but that was pretty close too. But again, I don't want to lap ideas over ideas over ideas, and then you kind of get paralysis analysis. So breakers, mitigations, in macros, that's all I'm looking for. So thanks for tuning in. Hope you find your model. Keep each other off tilt. I am keeping myself off tilt, noticing that little change in my approach and change in my mental focus. So calling it done right there for today's trading. Stay safe. Discipline equals freedom. Thanks so much.